is John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com to do another exciting episode for you. And what we're going to do today is use some of my favorite appliances, including the Vitamix blender and the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer, to make a kid's favorite food. It's orange creamsicles. Now, I'm going to be making an orange creamsicle juice. You can very easily take this orange creamsicle juice, plug it into some little popsicle molds, freeze in the freezer, and have your own very orange creamsicles made out of all natural, wholesome ingredients. You know, I want to encourage you guys to eat real foods, right? Real fruits and real coconuts, instead of things that are packages, bottles, and jars that have preservatives, corn syrup, genetically modified things, and all these crappy things. And I'm proud to say that with these appliances, the Vitamix blender and the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer, you can do just that in your home. So let me go ahead and share with you guys how I'm going to take two simple ingredients and make some amazing orange creamsicle juice. So there are two components to this orange creamsicle juice. Number one, you will need the juice of the oranges, and number two, you will basically need some coconut milk. So instead of buying packaged made coconut milks in a can or in a carton, you know, I want to encourage you guys to make things fresh, and that's why I really truly love these appliances here, because it allows you to basically, you know, make your own foods. You know, you can prepare your own foods instead of letting somebody else, the factory, you know, corporations, make food for you and dictate, you know, all the ingredients and preservatives and things you're going to eat. You know, I'd rather much eat just real coconuts. So the first step is we're going to go ahead and make the coconut mixture that we're going to end up putting through the juicer to make our delicious orange creamsicle. So first, we're going to have to take a special coconut opening tool here. This is a demeter, and I'm just going to basically pop a hole in this eye here and pop this right through. Now that we got a nice large hole in the coconut, we're just going to go ahead and let that baby drain out and drain all the delicious coconut water into the Vitamix carafe. So now that we got the coconut in half, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our special coconut demeter tool, and we're basically going to stick it in between the coconut and the meat, and this will allow us to easily get out the delicious coconut meat out of this mature coconut. Alright, so it looks like I'm able to get all this coconut meat out, and it looks like this is not a super good coconut. As you guys can see, a lot of mold growth on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off all the brown spots and all the mold and just keep the good coconut, and then go ahead and put that into the blender there. Alright, so got a lot of the bad spots cut away, and I'm just going to go ahead and take probably like only the good sections of this coconut. Some of it's kind of messed up here, but yeah, there's still plenty of good meat. So we're going to go ahead and drop that in. If you did have a whole coconut, you could use all the meat. I'm just using less because some of this stuff not quite usable in my opinion. Let's go ahead and check out the other half of the coconut. Hopefully it'll be in better shape. Alright, shove this guy in there. And this tool makes it very simple and easy to get the coconut meat out of the mature coconut. Alright, there we go, nice and easy. This piece looks like it's in a lot better shape than the top piece, but still there's a few bad spots we're going to go ahead and cut out. Alright, looks like I got the good pieces all trimmed up. We're going to go ahead and throw that in the blender. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to peel the oranges. So while you could take and peel each individual orange, you know, I'm going to just actually try to keep as much white pith on, because this is going to provide for more nutrition in my creamsicle I'm making. That being said, if you do leave more pith on instead of peeling them in this step, then it's not going to be as sweet. But I'd rather have more pith, which is rich in the beneficial bioflavonoids. So what we're using today are basically some US grown navel oranges. You can use navels or Valencias for this recipe, and in addition I've actually one Cara orange, which is really cool because it's a little bit different color, a little bit pink on the inside. And so let me show you how we're going to go ahead and basically just cut off the orange color. Alright, looks like I got most of that peel cut off, and we're just going to go ahead and put this guy in. And now it's always best to pre-cut items before putting it into the blender, so the blender could work a little bit easier on that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this into fourths and drop right in. I got a couple more oranges to de-peel. Alright, down the last orange that I basically need to cut off all the coloring on. It's working quite well. Got a nice pile of peels here. Now today I'm choosing actually to blend the whole oranges with the coconut water and the coconut meat. Another technique I have used in the past is basically I would peel the oranges like this, and then actually I would put all the oranges through the juicer to get an orange juice, and then I would add the orange juice in with the coconut water and the coconut meat. In this way it's going to work a little bit better with the juicer, because the juicer really needs some fiber to help push out and separate out the juice or the orange sickle juice from the pulp. And normally if I just do the juice technique, sometimes there's not enough body and enough pulp to really get it to kick it all out. So we're just going to go ahead and cut up this guy into quarters and put this baby in the Vitamix. And now we get the blend. Now this would be a good step if you did want to, say, add something like whole vanilla beans. I would add whole vanilla beans to the blender at this point for a nice vanilla flavor. Today I'm going to go ahead and leave those out and just use the two ingredients, the coconut and the orange. Alright, so now that we're done blending, we're just basically going to take this mixture we have here, which is basically orange coconut, and we're going to pour it through the juicer. Now it's very important, you know, the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer, in my opinion, should include something like a little strainer or sieve. They do not, so I went out and bought one, so that I'm going to take additional residues that come out of the juicer, because the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer does leave some pulp in the juice, or in this case it would leave some orange pith as well as some coconut chunks, small amounts. We're going to go ahead and put this strainer over my catch cup to take it all out, and now we're just simply going to go ahead and turn this machine on. We're going to take our nice thick mixture here that wouldn't be too fun to drink because this can be so thick. Just going to go ahead and pour that baby into the juicer. We're going to go ahead and let it fill up the tube almost to the top, and then what we're going to simply do is kick back, relax, let the juicer do all the work. As you guys can see, the juicer is now separating out the orange creamsicle juice from all the fiber that's slowly coming out over on this side. So the juicer is slowly extracting the orange creamsicle goodness, but it's flowing really slow and the pulp is barely moving. Now when this happens, this is happening because there's not enough hard fiber for the juicer to kind of latch onto and get it pushed out of the machine. So in this case, what I like to do sometimes is grab some spare pieces of coconut. I'm not going to be using this today because it's a bit moldy, but I would put that into the machine, and that would give it some hard fiber to crunch up on and help get the process started. The other thing I like to do is actually I like to just take another orange, and we're just going to go ahead and slice off all the skin once again, and then we could just actually put segments of orange through the machine, and that'll help jumpstart the whole process. You know, this is something that you may need to do when making these kind of milk extractions in the Kuvings. You know, whether that's almond milk or coconut milk. Sometimes there's just not enough fiber to get it going. You know, I find the juicer such as the Omega VSJ 843, works a lot better in this regard, where you will need a little bit less fiber, to get the process jump started. So let's go ahead and put a piece of this orange in and show you guys when it starts to really start moving out of the ejection ports. Alright, so as you guys can see, there's the orange creamsicle juice. It's being created, doing a fine job of straining it out, but the pulp is just not coming out all that much. So we're going to go up to the chute here and just drop in a piece of that orange and push that guy in there and let it get sucked in and show you guys what happens. Alright, you guys watching, you hear the sound difference? It grabbed onto that orange and now the pulp is really flowing out pretty good, and now we got a greater stream of juice. So sometimes this is all that is needed to help get that pulp start moving, because if it's not moving, it might not ever move unless you help it along with some extra fiber. Alright, looks like we're almost going to overflow here. This little strainer's been catching a lot of the particulate coming out of the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer. We're going to go ahead and put that spout cap down, move this over more to the middle for you guys, and we're going to go ahead and strain this guy out. So yeah, it's a quite thick mixture here, And check it out, this is a nice, deep, rich creamsicle color. Can't wait to straighten out the rest of this and try it for the first time. Alright, just about done straightening this baby out, and check it out. There's a nice little pulp patty that we're going to put aside here. You know, if you did not strain it, you would have more fiber in there, and I really like the smoothness of, you know, a fiber-free juice when I'm drinking it. So here is our orange creamsicle made with only 2 ingredients. Check it out. Nice and smooth, nice and rich consistency. This is ready to drink fresh. Chill out in the refrigerator for a nice cool summer snack, or maybe even just freeze them up. We're gonna go ahead and use a glass straw and check it out. Nice, rich, and creamy. The texture is actually rather thick, you know, unlike orange juice that you drink that's nice and watery. This is really thick due to the added pith, the fiber that some is getting out into the juice, but also that rich, delicious coconutty flavor that the coconut meat is providing. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. If you want more recipes from me with some of the different appliances, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you enjoyed and liked this video. Also be sure to share with friends, and if you're in need of a Vitamix blender or a Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer, I would recommend you check out my website, discountjuicers.com. So once again, this is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors. Alright, this is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and what we're doing today is we're going to share with you guys the top 6 reasons why juicing is definitely better than blending. You know, I have made videos on this topic